Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to my page. My page is about common sense. I try to keep it down on the nitty-gritty under 10 minutes. If it goes over 10 minutes, it's something very, very, very important and not important to liberals, libertards, people who believe in God, people like to smoke, people like to drink, people like ayahuasca, people like DMT. I kind of messed up my intro, didn't I? I'm a little under the weather, so excuse me for not saying my intro the correct way. You know? I got a little cold because of my daughters. So I got to keep them over the mother's house until they get better. Oh my goodness. Let's get on with the videotape. This is a response video. Alright? I love what the Poor Man's Podcast is doing. Okay. And so Jordan Peterson is on here as well. Also the Red Pill, what's his name? The Roomates. I watch his channels as well. Let's begin with the video. If you got any comments, questions, insults, or roast you put it down below. If you have any comments, questions, insults, or roasters, you put it down below. I will put down his link in my description box. Let's begin.
What's up, YouTube? Poor Man Podcast back with another video. Give me the HBO special. That's Help Brother Out special. Hit the like and the subscribe button for more content. Let's get right into the video.
Something else I've been hearing, Dr. Peterson, a lot of young men have been sharing with me, and I'm not sure how much you've heard of it or experienced it. They've been sharing that, that they feel as though the average woman has no desire for the average male, and that because of things like social media, online dating, things along those lines, as well as just some of the female empowerment, where a lot of women have this is what they say, an elevated sense of self, that now they feel like they're above a lot of these average males, which also contributes to a disparity between young adults being able to connect and form meaningful relationships.
Yeah, women are more picky in their mate choices than men, especially sexually. That's the case in every culture.
Of course, right? Yeah.
And it's not surprising because women have more at stake sexually than men do, per episode, because men don't get pregnant, obviously. And so that female pickiness is that's the case. That's definitely true. Whether it's worse now or not, I doubt if it is. I would say to young men who are irritated at women is, if you're irritated at women, as a class of creature, there's something wrong with you, because they're right.
What did I say? What did I say many times before? This red pill and this Micto, if you're bitching all the time, I want to make this very clear. That's not an alpha-like trait. Get out of that trait. I keep telling you guys to come to the Emerald Pill so you can learn how to understand the psychological terms of women, because it's really not that hard. Okay, most of the time when you have a lot of beta males out there, 80% of you are going to get rejection. They don't choose you. You don't have nothing to sell. Most women don't like alphas, okay? They use these, they rather put up with someone who's a beta alpha than a real alpha. I'm trying to tell you this. But he said it. Jordan Peterson said it. I love the man, okay? I've been following this guy for a long-ass time, but I don't really like to listen to him too much because he's very long-winded. He doesn't get to the point, but he got to the point now. It's strange. But let's continue on out here.
You're wrong.
Yep.
They're right to not pick you. If they're not picking you, it's because they're right.
Right.
Wow.
Now, that might I know that's a terrible thing to say, and I know perfectly well, it wasn't like I was particularly successful with girls when I was young. So I know what that rejection is like. I know what that fear is like. I don't know it as well as some men know it, because I wasn't rejected outright.
So let me tell you a little solution, you guys. When you listen to Jordan Peterson, when he just basically told you stop complaining and bitching about women, and I already told you, I've been raised by pimps and Italians. Where can you go to make yourself more higher than value? Low-hanging fruit, dealing with the countries that you're in, or would you go outside the country? That's what I'm doing. Okay, so when they see your value is higher, those women over there will look at you as a higher value man, right? So why deal with a female who's already looking for even higher standards or hypergamy in the first place in America, when you know for a fact that your value is more higher over in another country, where you can get the higher hanging fruit? Okay. Why? Why would you deal with that? And on top of that, they're not virgins. Why would you do that? But anyway, let's continue with the video.
But what you have to understand is that, what do you expect from women? If you got pregnant because you had sex, you'd be pretty damn choosy too.
Right, okay. On the dating app Tinder, when you swipe right, it pretty much means that you're interested in or you like that person. Now, from data collected on Tinder, we see that the top 1% of men on the app get 16% of all of the likes given out on that app. The top 5% of men on that app get around 41% of all the likes given out on that app. And the top 10% of men get about 60% of all of the interest and likes from the women on that app. The top 10% of men on that app.
Also, you can do a test on this too. I did this test a long time ago, all the way back in the 2000s. I was like, wait a minute, are women just focused on the appearances first? Sure, they're going to be focused more on appearances. That's why I've already did the test already. Come to me if you want to find the real women, okay? Y'all going to have to start upping up your antes, okay? All right? You're going to have to start. When you're a beta male, you have nothing to sell to women, all right? You have nothing to sell to women. I'm all over the place. I'm all over in different dating apps and different sites and stuff like that. I pull women like a crazy bat out of hell. But 9 times out of 10, if they ain't got no money, they're not worth my time because I'm an alpha, right? So, let's continue on with the videotape. Also, I'm not going to go through this whole entire video. But we just going to get to the gist of it. And since Jordan Peterson is on here, we're just getting to the point. I don't try to play the whole video because, you know, they're long-winded. They don't get to the point. And I only keep my videos down under 10 minutes. If you have any comments, questions, insults, or roasters, you put it down below. If you're slow and you can't follow me and you don't understand me, contact me. You know how to contact me on my Facebook. XMandell Evansx. I'm the Emeraldpillarking fucking king. Let's continue.
Are getting 60% of all of the attention, all of the likes, all of the interest.
Okay,
right? Now, for the bottom 50% of men,
okay,
they get a whopping 4% of likes or interest
because
on that app.
Looking.
Right? And this is excluding all of the women that go on the app for self-validation. We know sometimes women go on the app, they swipe right on guys just for the self-validation, even if they have no interest in those guys, right? So that's excluding those people. So women are definitely selective because they have more to lose, like Jordan says. And over in the red pill space, we encourage women to be selective. We tell women don't have...
Yeah, this is why I don't really watch a lot of videos. They don't get to the point. Everything should be... You can speak about almost technically anything within 5 to 10 minutes brackets. You don't need to be long-winded. He's going on with this because he's emotional, okay? But let's continue, okay?
Children, if you don't have a ring, that's being selective. Don't have children if the man doesn't have a car. That's being selective. Don't have children if a man doesn't have a house. That is being selective. But we're telling them to be selective in the right ways. It doesn't help to be selective if you're being selective of the wrong things. For example, if I'm an NFL coach or a team manager, whoever makes this decision, right? And I'm looking for a wide receiver, but I'm judging those wide receivers based on their passing accuracy, it doesn't really help that I'm selective if I'm not selective in the right things, right?
Women are not that
What are women
educated.
really being selective in? According to another study, 90% of women will reject a man who is 5'4" solely based on the fact that he is 5'4". That means they don't care how good of a dad he may be. They don't care about how much money he makes. They don't care about how good his personality is. Just on the fact that he is 5'4" or shorter, 90% of women will walk away. If you're 5'8", that number goes to 50%. Right? So if you're 5'8", 50% of women will reject you based on your height alone. It doesn't matter how good of a personality you have. It doesn't matter how much money you make. It doesn't matter how good of a father. Women will reject you without even... Are women being selective in the right way? And then you blame... A lot of people will blame that on men.
Women don't know how to select the right man because they haven't been educated on how to do such a thing. Look, can we now go back to Jordan Peterson here? Come on, let me see.
Say, well, men just need to be better fathers. Take care of your children. 30, let alone had a chance attention from the women. Much those men are not the war for society. I have
man.
Hold on.
If society seemed to function better,
this.
Please give your perspective on why polyamory is bad for the individual and society. There's a bunch of reasons. I mean, the first is society seemed to function better, that is, less violently. Let's say, when there's one woman per man, if there's many women per man, there aren't many women for every man. There are a handful of men, let's say a minority of men, a Pareto distribution of men who have a disproportionate number of women, and a lot of men who have none. And those aren't happy men, let's put it that way. They're men who are very likely to get up to no good very rapidly. So there's that. then I would say the women who, let's say a man has many women, and let's say he's a desirable man for that matter, just for the sake of argument, if he has a variety of women, then those women don't have much of him. So they don't get to establish a real individual relationship with him because it's going to be fragmentary. So, clue in a bit. And then, well, don't they find you attractive? Well, maybe you're not.
Right.
Like, have you paid attention to how you dress? Do you have a plan? Are you as educated as...
Hey, man. He said it right there. So let me take one thing back to what he said. If you're into polygyny, every woman will have equal chances to being with that man, unless that man is greedy. Now, basically, it's a man's right to do polygyny, because I think that's the natural thing to do. Okay, it's been going on throughout the history of mankind since the beginning of time. Okay, polygyny should be allowed. Okay, but of course, the European empires have infiltrated through their own indoctrination to keep everything monogamous. All right, but I think it's good for a man to have 3 to 4 wives. Okay, that will be a balance. Okay, when a man becomes greedy like King Solomon the Great with 700, no, they won't be able to share him equally. Okay, because their time will be very small and few between. But 3 to 4 is pretty good. Okay, but listen to what Jordan Peterson said now here. Okay, you have nothing to sell, so why would they be interested in you? If you're only 5'4", why would they be interested in you when they already, even if they're shorter than you? Okay, they already been brainwashed by their single mothers, right? Why would you want to deal with low-hanging fruit? I don't even deal with women like that. If a woman don't have any money, I can't give her no services. Look what Kevin Samuels is doing. I don't hate on his hustle. Okay, but listen to what he's doing. Do what he does. Give ridicule to women if they need it, okay? If women really want to know how to be feminine or to do anything, learn certain things about yourself, or even learn it from the pimps or some shit. Learn it from the hustlers and the fucking Italians. They get all of the booty. If they're getting all the booty, you can learn something from them, right? All right, but me, I do things in an unorthodox way. I actually travel, and I have video footage to do what I do, right? All right, so let's continue on. And I'm going to cut this off because it gets kind of long-winded when they don't get to the point. And I try to keep my videos down short and concise, okay? Right?
You could be. Are you a liar?
See?
Are you a rabid pornography user?
See?
Because maybe that's undermining your motivation to seek out a woman and...
As a matter of fact, certain things, the more honest you are up front, the more they respect you. So if you say you're a criminal, think about how much they respect you if you told them you're a criminal, right? Tell them how you are a video photographer like myself. You do porn and stuff like that. You be honest and upfront. If that woman respects it, she'll respect you more. It's best to be upfront. It's best to be alpha upfront. You don't waste your time. And if you don't know who I am, for those individuals who do click in here, check out my credentials down below. All right? Because I'm the real one of those alpha motherfucking niggas, okay, right? Negros, okay? I'm not a nigga. Negros. So check out my credentials. You have any comments, questions, or insults or roast fish, you put it down below. And if any women's watching this, which I highly doubt, if you want to come to me for some real alpha knowledge to fix yourself, yada, 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 in a Western country, Western world, you know how to come to me. I'm in Mandel Evansx. I'm usually on there. People are cowards. They don't like to speak their minds. But it's okay. If you're scared, you can get a little taste of who I am just by having small conversations. Let's continue on.
Yourself up. It's like, if you're rejected constantly and you're out there really trying, because that's another thing to ask yourself is, well, how many women have you actually asked out? And are you so sure that you're not picking women who will certainly reject you because you're trying to bat out of your league?
Yeah.
Because you might be.
Yeah.
So, and I'm speaking about this as a clinician too, because I had plenty of men in my practice who were, radically unsuccessful with women. I had one man in particular. He was so afraid of women, he couldn't use the phone. He was too afraid of everyone to use the phone.
Wow.
And he had been bullied like mad. And he had his problems. So I know what this is like, but pornography is a big problem. It's a big problem.
Not really. Pornography is not a problem for only those who abuse it. Those people who abuse pornography, it will be a problem for them. In my occasions, when I talk to the Caucasian, mostly the Caucasian men who overly watch pornography, I tell them you got to do other things too now. This is a problem for a lot of Caucasian men, okay? Black men don't usually watch pornography as much. But if you're watching pornography almost like every day, you got to do something else with your time. Now, I can't help you there when it comes down to just having a fetish. Like, you always are urging to watch it all the time. It's a beautiful thing to watch beautiful people who want to expose themselves. Not exploit, but it can be problematic if you are just always having that on your mind, okay? Try to hang with people who want to hang with you, because I get people in my inbox all the time talking, hey, you keep me from watching porn. I said, yeah, I know. I try my best to help you, okay? I'm here for you. Now you can join my Patreon. We can work something out. We can have something so I can actually I'll always be there as your associate, your companion. Okay, but the thing is that you're going to have to do other things with your time. I always go outside. I keep myself busy. I have no time to be watching porn every day. I'd rather create my own porn, okay, because I do things in my life. Plus, I'm a father and shit, and a traveler, and an educator, and all sorts of other things, if you check my credentials down. But listen to Jordan Peterson, because it makes so much sense, though he could be a bit long-winded, okay, just like everybody else here. Let's continue. I'm about to cut it off now.
It's a real curse, that pornography.
Yeah.
See, what makes me so disappointed about a lot of what Jordan Peterson is doing right now, because I understand what I understand that he's all about self-accountability, and I'm really praying that this is not a PR move, because he's seen as right-leaning to try to balance out a little bit. So I'm hoping this isn't a PR move. I think that he has a little bit more backbone. I am a huge fan of Jordan Peterson, by the way. So I'm assuming he has a little bit more backbone than that, right? So the other thing it could be is that he knows that this is a male-based channel, and he's trying to give the only option that men as individuals have to solve a multifaceted problem. The only problem that I have with that is Jordan knows that this is a multifaceted problem. Yeah, he's putting all of the blame on the men. And this is what we see a lot in society. You can't support a family on a single income because the rate of inflation is increasing faster than the rate of wages?
Since you took it out of context, you didn't ask him that question. Are you putting all the weight? You never asked him that. So you're making an improper assumption. I don't like when people do that. Jordan Peterson never said he's putting all the weight on the men, okay? He's not doing that. He's only implementing that maybe you have nothing to sell. Maybe you have nothing more to give, okay? You just being average is not good. Women don't settle for average beta males. They just don't. They rather put all their eggs in someone who's highly attractive, just like we already talked about it. You already said it yourself. It's a waste of time, you know? But instead of hanging for low-hanging fruit, I teach guys how to go for the high-hanging fruit. And that's kind of difficult, but I'm doing it. But I already got people already attacking me for me being a pedophile because I got videos and shit, right? But it's okay. I'm just trying to help you guys out. I just wish your motherfucker would run up on me and call me these things, and then they don't really know no facts about me. I wish they would, okay? I go to any country, and I ain't breaking no laws. But let's continue on. That's all I really wanted to say about this video, guys. If you have any comments, questions, insults, or roast fest, you put it down below. I'm going to stop it here, because you already see he's getting a little bit emotional. He's not going on the facts. If you want to be an alpha, you're going to have to come up with more to step up your game. And you're going to have to come to a guy like me, not like Kevin Samuels, because he don't teach anything. He's not a therapist. I'm a therapist, okay? I'm a therapist because of my experiences, my background, anecdotally, okay? I'm not institutionalized, but I love psychology. And also have women too, and everything in between. I do a multitudes of different things. But to each his own. I'm out of here, guys. I hope you learned something from this video, because I'm not your average man. I'm not your Peter Pan. I'm also an artist too as well. So if you have actually you have tried to investigate me, okay, you'll notice that I do sketch artists. I do a whole lot of different things. Too many things to list here. I don't like YouTube algorithms and their bias intentions when they pull down some of my videos, and I haven't broken none of their policy. It's usually the gray area. If they don't know what to do with it, they pull it down, because someone in the YouTube department is like, okay, oh, I don't like what you just said, so let's pull it down. Instead of just taking the video down, they'll give me a strike. Okay, so that's what they do. They'll even go back in history to find something, and then they'll have every right to pull it down, okay? I just wish they just start charging everybody $5 a month, right? Would that make sense at YouTube? YouTubers probably don't listen to me anyway. Just charge everybody $5 to use YouTube. You're using the servers. You're paying every month for it. It's better than Netflix, okay, right? Other than that, I'm out of here, guys. You all have a nice day. If you have any comments, questions, insults, or roast, especially put it down below. And other than that, I'm out of here. I love the animals and wanting humans, but I don't fuck the animals. I'm a very eccentric person and have tons of experience with lots of different things. A lot of these guys, these beta males talk about red pill. And this MGTOW is very annoying to me. I'm successful with women, and also I'm successful with men, but I'm no homo, okay? I'm out of here, guys. Peace.